Is the modern church system built on heresy? Some Christians believe so, fearing forbidden pagan practices have been merged with Christian traditions. The implications could be dire. Are you practicing pagan traditions each time you go to church? What if your favorite Christian holidays are based on pagan celebrations? Just asking these questions makes some Christians angry and defensive. But if these shocking allegations are proven, it creates an even bigger issue. How should you respond to the pagan rituals that have invaded the church? Though it might sound strange, even building a church might be considered an act of heresy. Jesus typically went to people's houses and ministered wherever he saw a crowd, rather than going to temples. This wasn't by accident. In John 4:21, Jesus tells his followers that they don't need a temple to worship God. So where did the proliferation of holy buildings come from? The Romans created temples to worship their pagan deities. Later, the church decided to convert these buildings into Christian places of worship. That's not the only part of the church-going experience that has been changed to reflect pagan attitudes. Timothy states that multiple people should teach the gospel in meetings, but the Romans were used to having one priest leading the congregation. Most modern churches reflect this pagan attitude, with the priest delivering a sermon to a passive audience. This could be stopping people from fully engaging with God's Word. More alarmingly, it gives the Vatican complete control over the direction of the church. The Bible warns pagan rituals could lead followers away from God. So why would the early church adopt these practices at all? In ancient times, Christian leaders faced a big problem. They wanted people to accept their new religion, but they didn't want to force it on them, fearing it would turn them away. So they came up with a crafty plan. They would take existing pagan celebrations and rebrand them as Christian events. The hope was that over time, the pagan connection to these ceremonies would fade and people would focus on the Christian aspects instead. This approach worked well. Today we still celebrate a version of the pagan Saturnalia, except modern Christians call it Christmas. So how should you respond to the pagan rituals infiltrating the church? Some people believe that anything based on pagan traditions should be outlawed. This would include modern church services and Christmas celebrations. Others, though, take a very different view by asking a controversial question. Is it really a problem that pagan traditions form the backbone of modern Christianity? After all, not all pagan rituals are inherently unholy. For example, the Bible doesn't say anything about celebrating Christmas. Today, this holiday has become a time for reflecting on the life of Jesus and building a stronger relationship with God. We will never know precisely what God thinks about the pagan rituals that have snuck into the church. So the debate about whether Christians should participate in these activities will continue